morning, everybody. I hope y'all are feeling a little bit better than I am this morning about that atrocious display in the dome that we watched in the second half yesterday. It was upsetting to watch Tampa Bay put up 17 points and the Saints put up nothing in the first half. In the first quarter, excuse me. And then it was great to see the Saints put up 27 points in the second quarter while blanking Tampa Bay to go in at the half 27-24 Saints leading. What happened in that locker room at halftime? I'm going to digress from that and I'm going to tell you a story. Two brothers were working on a project. The project lead goes down and, can't continue the project for the time being. So the two brothers now have to decide who's going to lead the project into its next phase. Well, one brother wants to go in this direction. The other brother wants to go in this direction. Older brother, who has had all the say about what direction this project is going to go in, feels that he's supposed to have the ultimate say. Younger brother says, well, look, this part of this project belongs to me, and I am going to make the choice who is going to lead this project. Well, younger brother wins the argument and has his choice for project lead. Well, they go in to start the next phase of the project. Older brother is already angry that he was overruled by younger brother. He's already angry. And he gets angrier as he watches the project lead that younger brother designated starts doing good. So when they take a break to rest, regroup on this project, come back out, well, let's say older brother is pissed that younger brother's pick for project lead did so well. And he decides that he's going to tank the rest of the project. That he's going to tank it so bad that little brother and everybody else that agreed with him gets embarrassed to the max. I know you know that analogy is talking about Dennis Allen, Clint Kubiak, and Spencer Rattler. We all know, we all saw at press conference where Dennis Allen was announcing Spencer Rattler as QB1 against the Bucks. He was red as fire. You know this. And his eyes looked like murder. He was angry. and petty ass, angry, petty ass, angry people like Dennis Allen is vindictive. We've already seen his vindictiveness. We saw it with Jameis Winston last season. I've been looking at pictures online, and I was looking at the faces of our players yesterday. Marshawn Lattimore looked like he wanted to cry. Hell, I wanted to cry. As I was watching that second half, everything that went so well in the first half and start to fall apart in the second half. And this tanking, this most terrible defensive performance by a Saints team since giving up 62 against Atlanta in 1973 should get Dennis Allen out of here. Look like I'm going to be eating Mo Crow. I had said in one previous video that I thought Dennis Allen was an elite defensive coordinator. I'm having to rethink that because I'm thinking back to the last two seasons, definitely. And especially last season, where try as they might, the Saints could not stop the run, giving up, 130 yards at a clip on the ground, damn near every game last season. And we come into this season, encouraged by Clint Kubiak and saying, oh, yeah, the defense is going to be on point because, yeah, the strength of this team is our defense. If a defense is the strength of a team, they don't give up 51 freaking points. 51. And had the Bucs not made mistakes that they made, it would have been more than that. Second half, our offense couldn't get anything going. Because the first half, they just said, yeah, Bucs. Rookie, Rattler, he ain't going to do nothing. And then he went out there in the second quarter and started making things happen. 27 points in one quarter to put the Saints up 27-24. And that was the best the Saints were going to do all day. They didn't score another point all game. We've been screaming for Dennis Allen's head for the last, let's see. I know he's there in 21, 22, and 23. No, he was there in 22, 23. 21 was Peyton's last year. But it seems like since Sean Payton left here, the Saints have been going circling the toilet, circling the drain. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Those first two games were played in the dream time, and dream time does not exist. Those two games were anomalies. The Saints team we've been seeing for the last few weeks is this real team. And I don't want to hear about, how injured we were, how this, how that. This wasn't this wasn't that wasn't right. I don't want to freaking hear it. I don't want to hear no damn excuses. Dennis Allen, you're supposed to be the guru of the damn defense. Did you call that defense that gave up 51 points to piss at Clint Kubiak for insisting that Spencer Rattler be QB1 for this game? Is that what you're doing, Dennis? Your ass need to go. Your ass been needing to go. But you definitely need to go now. 51 points. Almost 600 total yards of offense. 272 yards rushing. Twice the 130 that you were giving up a game last season. I don't believe it's the players. I don't. Or I don't want to believe it's the players. I know some of them were not in the best of moods during that game yesterday, especially when the Bucks put up those 27 unanswered. 27 unanswered points by the Bucks. Second half. None by the Saints in the second half. This team isn't good. And I know I said last week that the Saints were likely to lose against the Bucks. And the fact that they did isn't the reason why Saints Nation is grousing. It's the fact that a lot of people feel that the defense quit. They feel like the defense quit on Dennis Allen. I don't know if they quit or if the defensive calls by Allen is the fault. But I will tell you, and if you looked and you watched closely, you saw the Saints defense out of position a great deal of the time. And when they weren't out of position, they couldn't tackle. Like, oh, I'll pat you on the hip and let you go on by. For a player to get 100 and some yak yards, that's in freaking insane. Something needs to change in New Orleans, y'all. Dennis Allen needs to be gone. Because you're supposed to be the defensive guru, and your defense is what has fallen off the cliff in these last 3 games. That's on you, DA, not on Joe Woods. Yes, I know Joe Woods has the title of defensive coordinator, but we know it's you. But you'll scapegoat him because that's the kind of son of a bitch you are, isn't it, Dennis? And yeah, we're all calling for his firing, and we've been calling for Mickey Loomis's firing too, but that ain't gonna happen because Mickey Loomis is an heir to the team. He's going to fucking be there until his ass is dead and cold. Dennis Lauscher, I noticed that you did bring in Randy Mueller. Because I know that wasn't a Mickey Loomis move. Especially after I believe he was a big part of the reason that Randy Mueller got fired in 2002 in the first place. It would be karmic justice if Mickey got fired from that position and replaced by Randy Mueller for Dennis Lauscha, and have Mickey Loomis move over exclusively to the Pelicans. Because he's too comfortable where he is. Complacent. Oh, Mickey need to fire Dennis. Mickey Loomis ain't gonna fire Dennis Allen. You know why? Because while Sean Payton was there, Mickey was in his shadow. Sean was getting all the accolades for everything that the Saints were doing. And he deserved those accolades. Much like the situation with Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones. Sean was getting all the accolades during the time that he was there for the things that the Saints were doing, including for that first and only Super Bowl win so far. Mickey wants to prove that the Saints' previous success, it wasn't all due to Sean Payton, it's due to him too, and he's going to prove it. He's going to make those moves that are going to get the Saints back to the Super Bowl, and he's going to do it without Sean Payton. How's that working out, Mickey? Sean was OCD, he had his fingers and everything, and he was super duper organized, and that team was super duper organized. Also, Sean was a motivator as well as being a disciplinarian. This team has no discipline. You get a false start. Yeah, coach. I didn't hear the snap count. I didn't hear this. That's all right, son. Go back out there and do your best. Had that happen with Sean Dow. Get your ass over there on the bench and sit there and think about what you did. And why I'm sitting you here. Because you're not going to do that again in this game. Because you ain't going to play no more. You're going to sit right there. Dennis Allen too soft to do that. He a Casper milk toast. So mild he wouldn't even brush a fly off of his knee. So mild and meek. And it seems like to me that Dennis Allen wants the same kind of person on his team. Well, let me tell you something. Mild and meek don't win games in the National Football League. It doesn't win you respect either. What it earns you is contempt. And Lord knows, the contempt for Dennis Allen in Saints Nation this morning has reached heights that not even I could imagine, as much as I hate his ass. He gotta go. Mickey Loomis need to go too. Mueller is here to affect personnel decisions. You look at our last few drafts. How many burgeoning busts we've drafted to this team. And as far as personnel moves, how many spectacular players who were here that they either gave up on or cut, that are around the league playing lights out. Trey Hendrickson, talk about you. Zach Bond, I'm talking about you too. Alex Anzalone, I'm talking about you too. Brandon Cooks, even though he's on a terrible team, he wasn't bad enough for the Saints to cut. They cut him. That was Sean. You can't win football games with a team full of nice guys. With no killer instinct. Once upon a time, we had a team full of dogs. We had a dog head coach. We had a goat quarterback back then. And even when the dog head coach left after the 21 season, he left us a core of savvy veterans and newbies that were capable of taking us somewhere. He left us talent. And then hired a coach that couldn't do a damn thing with that talent. Is it time to panic? Yes. Yes. Sound the alarms. I think I'm going to have to reevaluate my season predictions. I had said that the Saints would go 8-9, but with the defensive futility that I witnessed yesterday, I have to wonder if 8-9 is even reachable. John Payton coming to the Dome on Thursday. And like I said about Tampa Bay, he smells the blood in the water. And then, too, talking about some of the Saints' personnel decisions. You cut A.T. Perry last week, and Sean snatched him right up. Why would you cut A.T. Perry when your wide receiver room is so thin on experience? Why? All you did was leave him out there for somebody like Sean Payton to snatch up and be his inside information as far as what the Saints are about. We're 2-4 after 6. 2-4. We're going to be 2-5 after Thursday. And then 10 days after that, we have to go to the Chargers with Jim Harbaugh as their coach. And we're probably going to lose to the Chargers too, especially if they have a running game. And who after that? Atlanta? Let me check my schedule here. No. After the Chargers, it will be the Carolina Panthers. And as horribly as we are playing on defense right now, that game ain't a given. By the time of the bye, let's see, checking the schedule again. We're 2-4 after 6. We're going to be 2-5 after Thursday. 10 days after that, we're going to be 2-6 after we play the Chargers. We're going to play Carolina after that. We may win that game. Let's say we do win that game. And that'll have us at 3-6. And the next game will be Atlanta. Yeah, I said we'd split with Atlanta, but man. And after that, Cleveland, who is playing about as bad as anybody else. So it's very possible that we'll be 3-8 going into the bye. And to hit that 8-9 mark, we'd have to win 5 of our last 6 against the Rams, the Giants, the Commanders, the Packers, the Raiders, and the Bucks to close out the season. Saints are loath to make changes in the middle of the season, but changes need to be made. The energy, the leadership, whatever goes on, or whatever you're feeling from this team comes from the top. And the top is the head coach. Dennis Allen is not it. And if you didn't see it yesterday, you'll never see it. I feel like I should be having a shot of liquor in my coffee this morning. We keep hoping. We keep hoping. Spencer Rattler yesterday gave us hope. I seen that young man stand in the pocket and take a shot, complete pass. Something Derek Carr will never do. And I wonder if since Rattler and the team lost on Sunday, will they put Jake Haener in on Thursday night? I wouldn't be surprised because that's what Dennis Allen wanted to do in the first place. And Clint Kubiak, as the offensive coordinator, overruled him. This team is fractured again. I say again, this team started out fractured, continuing from last year to this. And the same problems that they had with the offensive line last year, with the defense in the run game last year, continue on into this year. We need a change in New Orleans. And if not now, when? Thanks for listening. Who dat?